Hello everyone, Joshua Myers here, and today we are back with my Terminator franchise review series. Yeah, it's been a while actually. The reason it took me so long to get to this specific one is because me and one of my brothers had to watch the first two because he had never seen the first two. In fact, he only saw this one that we're going to be covering, and I was like, how can you not see the first two? How can you not have seen the first two? So we rewatched them. Plus, I think it would have gave a nice recap for me before I went to see this one. And the one we're going to be discussing today, and the one I'm going to be reviewing today, is Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines from 2003.
The perfect machine has met the perfect match.
I like your gun.
You must find a way to destroy her.
She's a far more effective killing machine.
On July 2nd,
Excuse me, I'll drive.
only one will be left standing. Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines.
You need a new vehicle.
Rated R. Starts Wednesday, July 2nd.
Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Nick Stahl, Claire Danes, David Andrews, Kristanna Loken, and it's directed by Jonathan Mostow. The plot of Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines is that John Connor must now face a female Terminatrix with power over all the machines, but a new T-800 unit Terminator is sent back through time and will guide him through the upcoming battle. So what did I like about the movie? Honestly, for me, well, let's see. For one thing, I actually didn't mind the actor they got for John Connor here. Actually, I honestly still prefer Edward Furlong from T2. But I thought this guy did a decent job, actually. So, also I felt like there were some concepts in there that I felt like could have been really good. Actually, like kind of almost wasted potential, but I actually also did like the ending. I will say that. I did like the ending. And that's really all I could really say about this, as far as positives go. Now we can move on to negatives. So, my negatives for Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines. First of all, I just feel like this was an unnecessary sequel, and the film makes it look like that. It treats it as if it was an unnecessary sequel. You know, like, and there's so many plot conveniences in this, which I'm sure there's probably some in the first two, but they're not nearly as but if there is, they're not nearly as apparent as in this one. And I don't know, like, none of the characters really seemed interesting to me. Also, I felt like Arnold Schwarzenegger's role as the T-800 was pretty weak in this one. First of all, it's a completely new T-800. So therefore we don't have that same emotional connection that we had to the T-800 in Terminator 2. So there's that, and let me get something with this. So far, my problems with inconsistency with this franchise is just the different characters for Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm saying different characters because they have completely different, like, I don't know, it's like they set the character in completely different ways with each movie so far. In Terminator 1, you had the T-800 as the main villain, actually trying to kill Sarah Connor and will try to kill anybody who tries to help her. In Terminator 2, you actually have a reprogrammed T-800 there to protect John Connor and practically almost becomes like a father figure to him. And in this one, you practically get this almost the same thing, but not as strong. It's so they sent back another T-800 unit that's reprogrammed to protect John Connor and also John Connor's future wife and one of the members of the Resistance. So, because this Terminatrix, or the TX as some people call her, actually is there to basically wipe out all the future members of John Connor's resistance. So yeah, and not only that, like the biggest problem I feel like with the story is just again inconsistency. First of all, it's like they stopped Judgment Day with Terminator 2. And even they were like, well, I thought we stopped Judgment Day, didn't we? And it was like, negative. Judgment Day is inevitable. And I was like, throughout that line, I was like, Judgment Day is inevitable because of the fact that we have to make a sequel, because the second movie made us a ass ton of money. So therefore, we are in this position now where Judgment Day is inevitable. Sorry for my awful Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation. I've been trying to work on it. So, I've been hearing some people say it's good. Let me know in the comments if you think that was a good Arnold Schwarzenegger impersonation. Also, another thing I didn't like about this movie is the cinematography. I feel like it's almost like there was too much shaky movements and everything, trying to emulate action, when honestly it just came across as if maybe a cinematographer or cameraman or whatever you want to call him or her, like whoever it was probably drunk on set, and it's like, like, I also feel like the editor could have been drunk too, because it's like, the editing was not good at all. I don't even know how to describe it, but it wasn't good. Also, even though I said I did like the actor for John Connor in this, I will say at least the characters in general were not interesting at all this time around. Like, they were pretty generic in that, so yeah, and also, spoiler alert for this, it's like, apparently in this they had it to where Sarah Connor has died due to leukemia, and I feel like that was also done because of the fact they couldn't get Linda Hamilton back, so therefore, they decided to nix their character off. And I felt no emotion. None whatsoever. In fact, throughout this movie I felt no emotion, whereas in the second one I felt a lot of emotion. In fact, in the second one, especially when the T-800, so Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, goes into lava or whatever it is, to basically self-destruct, I was teary-eyed, actually. That even got my brother emotional a bit, like, we were both teary-eyed at that. And in this, we don't get that type of emotion throughout this movie. It's almost like this movie was written by a machine, like with no human trace whatsoever. So, and knowing that, like, I didn't like the main antagonist, the Terminatrix or the TX. I did not like this. In fact, I feel like I should owe Robert Patrick's T-1000 apology, because I said in my Terminator 2 review that I felt like it wasn't as intimidating as Arnold Schwarzenegger's T-800, but the TX was not intimidating whatsoever, even more so than Robert Patrick's T-1000. Knowing that they really did try to, like, I feel like they really did try to over-sexualize the TX. And I'm like, now here's the thing, am I totally against, there being a female Terminator? No, I'm not. In fact, I wouldn't mind it. It would be at least something different. But the problem was they didn't make this Terminatrix as big of a threat as it could have been. They didn't make her intimidating at all. In fact, they seemed to be focusing on trying to sexualize her, actually. So I did not like that whatsoever. Also, the music was completely unforgettable. Like, also the music was completely forgettable. Seriously, just overall, this movie was a serious downgrade from Terminator 2. I was massively disappointed by it. I did like some stuff here and there. But at the end of the day, this is not a good movie. So I'm going to give Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Like, seriously, this was a massive disappointment of a sequel. And honestly, I feel like I could probably make a better Terminator movie than this. Sure, would not be as good as T2. Probably not. But would be better than whatever the hell we got with this one. Now, to be fair with it, is it the worst film I ever seen? No. So far, that goes to the 2006 remake of Black Christmas. Now, is it on the list of one of the worst films I ever saw? Yeah. I would say it's probably within my top 10, top 20 worst movies I've ever seen. So, but I wouldn't say it's like the absolute worst of them that I've seen. I'd even say sequels like Son of the Mask and that are worse. And of course, films like Hellraiser Revelations, the Black Christmas remake, the Fog remake. So, I feel like those are some of the worst movies I've ever seen. So yeah, Terminator 3. Not a big fan. I did not have high hopes for it to begin with, but after seeing it, yeah, it really sucks. So now am I saying don't go see it if you haven't already? No, you could go see it if you want. I know there's some people out there who love Terminator 3. In fact, my friend Josh is actually one of those people. He does rather enjoy Terminator 3 quite a bit. And also I know, like, somebody like Amanda, she hates Terminator 3, and she's seen all the films at this point. And she would honestly say that Terminator 3 is the worst one for her. Even worse than Terminator 4 and Terminator Genesis, So yeah, there's different opinions on this movie. Honestly, for me, I didn't like it. I think I'd probably like it a little bit better than Amanda did. But still, like, this is a crappy sequel. Go watch it if you want to. Make up your own opinion for it. Don't just take mine. So, because it's like, who knows? You may like it, or you may hate it, or you may just find it okay. It's really your opinion. And don't let anybody change that for you. So that's it for this review. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.